So, students, in this series of chemical reactions of haloarenes, we are going to discuss some more important reactions of those haloarenes. And before going to today's discussion, I would like to highlight on the important points which were discussed in my class previously. So, students, all these chemical reactions of the compounds, when we are going through them, we should make ourselves very much acquainted with their structures, their behaviors and basically the electronic arrangements. So, now I am going to recap on the things which I had discussed in the previous class. So, first I would like to show you the resonating structures of benzene. So, in this case students, you see the chlorobenzene I had taken as the example, because chlorobenzene is the example of a haloarene which is our topic of discussion. You all please see the resonating structures of chlorobenzene. In this case, as we had explained before, what you had seen, the lone pair of electrons which are present in the chlorine atom, they involve themselves and form resonating structures as shown in the diagram. And in this diagram, what is the important which we want to pick up? In these diagrams, we see that because of the resonance, the position 2, 4 and 6 of the ring are negatively charged. So, when we are discussing about the electrophilic substitution reactions of these compounds, then we have to focus that those electrophiles, they will be attacked and at 2, 4 and 6 positions. Some of you who are not acquainted or who are not finished the previous study, they may ask me the question, why ma'am the electrophiles will go to those 2, 4 and 6 positions of the ring. So, I also for you all, I am also again repeating the thing, what are the electrophiles. So, the word is electron and philes means loving. So, electrophiles are nothing but the electron loving species. So, who are the electron loving species? The Lewis acids are the electron loving species. What are the Lewis acids? The Lewis acids, those cases, the central atom cannot complete its octet. Example, there are many examples. The group 13 compounds like BF3, it has 6 electrons around it. AlCl3, it has 6 electrons around it. Similarly, electron deficient species, the positively charged species which are given in the list, the Cl plus ion, the chloronium ion, the bromonium ion, Cl it has 287 configuration, but when it becomes Cl plus, it has 6 electrons. So, students, what is my motto to explain you? My motto to explain you is that those species which have 6 electrons in their valence shell, they want to complete their octet. So, they are electron loving in nature. So, whenever we bring together a electrophile and a chlorobenzene or a haloarene molecule, the electron loving molecules will definitely go to the electron rich centers. And what are the electron rich centers? They are the 2, 4 and 6 positions of the benzene ring, as you had seen in the resonating structures. Okay? And also we call them the ortho and para positions of the benzene ring. The position which is adjacent to chlorine, it is ortho position, the 2 position and 4 position is the meta position and 6 position is again the ortho position. Then thereafter, what is the mechanism of electrophilic substitution reaction? Previously also we had discussed some reactions regarding this. Still then I just want to recap your memory. The electrophilic substitution reaction takes place in 3 steps. The first is the generation of the electrophile, and then the second is the attack of the electrophile by pi bond of the aromatic ring, and third is the deprotonation adjacent to carbocation restores aromaticity. Then in halogenation process, we had seen that the chlorine molecule along with the Lewis acid acts as the attacking agent, in which the chloronium ion is produced, which acts as the electrophile, and the chloronium ion, as we had discussed, it may go to the ortho position with respect to the halogen atom, or it may go to the para position with respect to the halogen atom. But from these two, from ortho position and para position products, that is from 1,2 dichlorobenzene, which is the ortho position product, and from 1,4 dichlorobenzene, which is the para position product, which one will be the major one? You please answer. Yes, from these two, the 1,4 dichlorobenzene is the major product. Why it is so? This is because in this case, the first thing is the two chlorine atoms, they are placed far apart from each other. So, this structure minimizes the steric hindrance. The second thing is that as it appears from the structure, this molecule possesses symmetry. That is why the 1,4 dichlorobenzene product is the major product. Also in the last class, we had discussed about the nitration process. In the nitration process, the electrophile is NO2 plus, which is generated due to reaction of concentrated sulfuric acid with concentrated nitric acid, and similarly the products are 2-chloronitrobenzene and 4-chloronitrobenzene. And again, from these two products, which one is the stable one, which one is the major one? Yes, the 4-chloronitrobenzene is the major one. So, all these things we had already discussed in the previous class, and all these were only to refresh your memory about the electrophilic substitution reactions. So, today we are discussing I will tell you the rest of the electrophilic substitution reactions. The first one is the sulfonation reaction. So, for the sulfonation reaction, the reagent used is concentrated sulfuric acid. So, how the electrophile is generated? Please see the slide. In this case, as we know, sulfuric acid is a powerful proton donor. So, it donates the proton, and what happens? In this case, the H plus ion is now available, and another sulfuric acid present in the system, the lone pair of electrons are present in the oxygen atom, as it is seen in the diagram, and those lone pair of electrons, they form bond with the hydrogen ion. And finally, what happens? Finally, at the oxygen atom, a positive center is created. Now, the bonded electron pair between sulfur and oxygen, they come to the oxygen atom, and thereby releasing the water molecule side by side the sulfonium ion, the SO3H plus, which is the required electrophile in this case. And as in case of the other reactions, this SO3H plus, it gets itself joined to the ortho and para positions with respect to the chlorine atom, and in this case the products are the 2-chlorobenzene sulfonic acid and 4-chlorobenzene sulfonic acid. And Like the other two reactions, in this case also the 4-chlorosulfonic acid is the major product. Then now we are going to discuss a new type of reaction known as Friedel-Crafts reaction. This Friedel-Crafts reaction is very much important for its synthetic importance. Why? Because in this Friedel-Crafts reaction, we are going to introduce a methyl group in the alkylation process or a acyl group in the acylation process to the benzene ring. So, what are the reagents taken here? The reagents taken here are alkyl halide. Suppose we want to introduce the methyl group, then the reagents used are alkyl halide CH3Cl and aluminum trichloride. When aluminum trichloride reacts with CH3Cl, then all of us know that in case of aluminum trichloride, aluminum is a electron deficient species. It has 6 electrons present around it. So, it has the tendency to complete its octet. Then what is the situation for methyl chloride? In methyl chloride, the Cl atom which is bonded to carbon atom of the methyl group, it is more electronegative. So, under the attack of AlCl3, the Lewis acid, it goes with it and takes the electron pair which it shares with CH3. So, what happens? CH3 is left as CH3 plus and Cl minus combines with AlCl3 giving AlCl4 minus. So, the expected cation, the methelium cation is produced for further addition to the reagent. Then what happens? In the so, this was the step for generation of the electrophile. Then what is the second step? The second step is the attack of the electrophile to the chlorobenzene. So, now you may see in the diagram what had happened here. In this case, the CH3 plus wants to join to this benzene ring. The CH3 plus radical wants to join here. So, what happens? Here the Cl atom is there and this bonded electron pair, it gets shifted towards a particular carbon atom. So, making it rich in negative charge and CH3 plus gets attacked here. So, thereafter giving rise to the formation of a product like this, and when this electron pair comes here, what happens to this carbon atom? At this carbon atom, a plus center is produced. So, here a plus center is produced. In the next step, what happens? In the next step, you may see that this electron pair, they may go to shift here. All these are the resonating structures of this intermediate which is formed during the reaction. So, shifting of the electron pairs to this place takes place, a double bond is formed here. So, it leads to the formation of a positive center here. Similarly, when it is a positive center, again the electron flow takes place and here the plus charge is formed. Okay. So, all these three structures, you may see that it is a combination of such a complex, means you get a positive center here, you also get a positive center here, you also get a positive center here. So, a positive ion, a complex, the arhenium complex is formed in this step. And finally, the third step is the proton transfer. In this case, the bond between C and H, the electron pairs shift towards this positive ion. The hydrogen ion goes to AlCl4 minus, HCl is generated along with AlCl3 and the aromaticity is again regained. And you may see that in this case the aromaticity was lost and in this case the aromaticity is regained. So, we get AlCl3 as well as HCl as the side product. So, you may see that AlCl3 here is the catalyst, because initially it initiated the reaction and finally it again regenerated. So, these were all about the alkylation process taken by Friedel-Crafts reaction. So, students, welcome back. After discussion of Friedel-Crafts alkylation, I am going to in the second step to Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. For this acylation process, we use acetyl chloride and anhydrous aluminum trichloride as the reagent. As you can see from the slide, aluminum trichloride is the Lewis acid which takes the chlorine atom along with the bonded electron pair and forms AlCl4 minus and thereby generating a acylium ion. And as it is seen from the diagram, the acylium ion thus formed, it is a resonance stabilized structure. So, the formation of this is a favorable process. And in the second step, the attack of this electrophile to the chlorobenzene molecule takes place, which you may see from the blackboard. You please see what is happening. The electron pairs which are present here, they get shifted towards one carbon atom, thereby making it electron rich and also simultaneously creating plus center at this carbon atom. So, here joining of H and COCH3 is here, the hydrogen ion was already here and COCH3 get joined here. In this case also you may see that the aromaticity of the compound is lost. So, it is also a slow process and also the rate determining step. And in all these three structures, I had shown by the resonating structures that in all these three structures, this plus charge, it goes from one place to another, which we call that this structure is resonance stabilized, and this complex formed is known as arrhenium complex, as we had also discussed before. And in the third step, the proton transfer takes place because the hydrogen ion here goes with AlCl4 minus and the products are HCl as well as AlCl3, and the electrons present in this bond, they goes towards this positive center and a double bond is formed. So, this step, this proton transfer step is a first step. Why? Because in this process the aromaticity of the benzene molecule is regained. So, it is the first step and we get back our product. This product is 2-chloroacetophenone. You may see that it is a ketone group because C double bond O and another side C6H5 ring and here the CH3. So, it is the phenyl group this thing, this chain is C6H5, the phenyl group, where chlorine atom is joined to it. So, the name is 2-chloro and CH3CO, the acetone group. So, 2-chloroacetophenone is one product, and similarly, as we know that the attack of this may take place at 4th position or at a para position. So, 4-chloroacetophenone is also the major is the other product, and among these two, the 2-chloroacetophenone is the minor product and 4-chloroacetophenone is the major product. Thereafter, now we are going to discuss about, I would like to test you with some questions what we had discussed till now. The first question, which species acts as a catalyst in nitration of chlorobenzene? I think this its answer is known to all of you. So, try to answer in your copy and I will show you the answers. Then next question is, which ion acts as electrophile in nitration? Which ion acts as a electrophile in nitration? Yes, I think the students they are trying to answer it. Nitronium ion NO2 plus, very good. Then what is the second question? What is the electrophile in the sulfonation process? Yes, SO3H plus or the sulfonium ion. In the acylation process, which is already in the blackboard, the acylium ion, and also in the chlorination process, AlCl3 along with Cl2 and gives the electrophile Cl plus, the chloronium ion. Then go to the third question. Although chlorine is an electron withdrawing group, students, this is a very typical question. So, here there is a summary of our discussions. So, please be very much careful in this question. Although chlorine is an electron withdrawing group, yet it is orthopara directing in electrophilic substitution reaction. Why? Because electron withdrawing group means it should be meta directing in nature, but in this case it is orthopara directing. Why it is so? The answer, if you know, it is very good. If you do not know, please note down. The chlorine, because of its minus I effect, it withdraws the electrons from the benzene ring. So, thereby it destabilizes the intermediate carbocation formed during electrophilic substitution reaction. And on the other hand, so Cl, it is withdrawing the electrons from the benzene group, but on the other hand, we had seen through the resonating structures, the lone pair of electrons on the chlorine atom stabilizes the intermediate carbocation due to resonance. So, now we feel two effects of chlorine. The benzene ring feels two effects. One is the minus I effect and another is the plus R effect. Since minus I effect of chlorine is stronger than its plus R effect, therefore, chlorine causes net deactivation. Further, since resonance effect opposes the inductive effect, it makes deactivation less at ortho and para position. Thus, in chlorobenzene reactivity, it is controlled by stronger minus I effect, while orientation is controlled by weaker resonance effect. So, I think you please note down all these points and the compare between minus I effect, plus R effect, then you will able to understand the answer. So, now I would like to revise whatever we had taught in this class. In this class, actually we had mainly focused on the electrophilic substitution reactions. We had discussed about the electrophiles, the deficit of electrons, and the nitration process where NO2 plus is the electrophile, the halogenation process where Cl plus is the electrophile, the sulfonation process the SO3H plus is the electrophile, and finally, the Friedel-Crafts alkylation process where CH3 plus and the acylation process the CH3 CO plus is the electrophile in those cases. And what we had seen, whenever the electrophile comes and attacks, then a complex is formed which is known as the Arrhenium complex, which is resonance stabilized. So, because of the resonance stability of this structure, this complex is formed, and we had also seen that during this process the aromaticity of the compound is lost. And finally, what we had seen, the proton molecule is lost from the structure, it goes with AlCl4 minus. So, the catalyst AlCl3 is again generated, regenerated, and we get back the product in this process. So, students, welcome to this chemistry lecture class on the chemical reactions of aryl halides. We all have discussed so many reactions of the aryl halides, which are the electrophilic substitution reactions and nucleophilic substitution reactions. In this class, I would like to focus on some more reactions of the aryl halides. Here first we will discuss about reactions of haloarenes with metals. Students, you are already acquainted with such type of reactions. I think all of you know very much like the Wurtz reaction. In the Wurtz reaction, actually what happens? The alkyl halide, it reacts with metallic sodium in a dry ether medium to give the higher alkenes. Exactly similar case, but instead of alkyl halide, we are taking here aryl halide, otherwise everything is same. So, whenever aryl halide or haloarene is treated with sodium in a dry ether medium, then two phenyl groups they combine with each other to form the diphenyl compound. You may see the structure, suppose it is C6H5Br and it reacts with the sodium metal in ether medium, then the product is diphenyl and along with the sodium bromide. So, this is about the fitting reaction. There is another reaction also of this type, which is known as Wurtz fitting reaction. Students, those who are very clever among you, they might correlate between these three reactions. One is the Wurtz reaction, one is the fitting reaction, and this is the Wurtz fitting reaction. Actually, the case is like this. The Wurtz fitting reaction is somewhat a combination of these two reactions. In case of Wurtz reaction, we were taking the alkyl halides, and in case of fitting reaction, we were taking the aryl halides. But in this Wurtz fitting reaction, we are taking the alkyl halide as well as the aryl halide as the reactants. That is my intention to tell you that haloarenes, when treated with an alkyl halide in presence of sodium metal in ether medium, an alkyl derivative of benzene is formed. Means the alkyl group and the benzene group, they come forward and they join with each other to give the alkyl derivative of the benzene. You may see this example, the C6H5Br or bromobenzene when reacts with methyl bromide in presence of sodium in dry ether medium, then the product is nothing but methyl benzene or toluene and giving behind the sodium bromide. And to discuss about the mechanism of this fitting reaction or Wurtz reaction or Wurtz fitting reaction, we may tell that such type of reactions they proceed via a free radical mechanism, and there are positive ions, there are negative ions, there are also free radicals. In case of free radicals, what happens? The active single electrons are present along with the group. So, in this case free radicals are produced which help us for proceeding the reaction. So, in this case the sodium atom acts as a moderator for formation of alkyl free radical and aryl free radical. Thereafter, these free radicals which are produced as they have single electrons with them. So, they combine with each other, give a pair of electrons to form a bond and the product is formed. So, these are the different steps. In the first step, what is happening? The sodium comes forward, the sodium in the form of the free radical comes forward, takes the halogen free radical and forms the bond with it NaX, and thereby generating a free radical at the carbon atom of the phenyl group. Similarly, in Rx also the same thing, the alkyl free radical is produced, and finally, the alkyl free radical and phenyl free radical they combine with each other to give the alkyl substituted aromatic compound. And in this series of reactions of haloarenes with metals, now I am going to discuss another important reaction, the formation of Grignard reagent from aryl halides. More or less, I think everybody of you have listened the name Grignard reagent. Actually, in organic chemistry, without Grignard reagent, there is no chemical reaction. Means, I want to tell you that whenever we are going through the chemical reactions of organic compounds, somewhere we will meet this famous, this good reagent, the Grignard reagent. Grignard is the name of the scientist who also won the Nobel Prize for the discovery of this reagent in the early of the 20th century. And this Grignard reagent is also called the alkyl magnesium halide or aryl magnesium halide. In this case, what happens? The magnesium atom is joined to a alkyl halide group or in a aryl halide group. And as today we are discussing about the reactions of haloarenes, so I am telling you about the aryl magnesium halide. So, how do it is formed? When haloarenes react with dry magnesium powder in dry ether, then aryl magnesium halides are formed. The role of dry ether is very much important. It helps to stabilize the Grignard's reagent so formed, because it is a very active chemical. Then in this mechanism, you may see that there is single electron transfer. The magnesium, it transfers its single electron to alkyl halide or aryl halide and makes it negatively charged. Thereafter, the halogen atom gets separated from the aryl group and thereby generating the aryl free radical, which combines with the Mg plus ion which was produced in the first step. So, producing R Mg plus, and finally, the halide ion which was separated in the second step, it joins with it and gives back the Grignard's reagent. So, all these were about the formation of the Grignard reagent. Now, I want to tell you that the order of reactivity of haloarenes to form Grignard's reagent is of the order phenyl iodine bond greater than phenyl bromide bond and greater than phenyl fluoride bond. That is, if the bond is weak, then that one is more active towards the formation of the Grignard's reagent. Suppose we have taken C6H5I, then it will react at a higher rate in comparison to C6H5Cl to form the Grignard reagent. Also, you may remember that in the previous two cases, in case of iodide and bromide, we use dry ether, whereas in case of a chloride, we use tetrahydrofuran as the solvent. I have shown you another example to show the comparison of their reactivity. Here we have taken an example of a molecule which is nothing but where the bromine group is there and also chlorine group is there, but you may see in the product the magnesium comes between the carbon and bromine. So, which shows that in case of this bromochlorobenzene, magnesium prefers the bromine atom in spite of the chlorine atom. Okay. Then we will discuss another method for synthesis of the diphenyls, that is the Ullmann reaction. So, when iodobenzene is heated with copper powder at 473 Kelvin in a sealed tube, then the diphenyl is produced. So, in Wurtz reaction we are taking sodium metal, in this case you are taking the copper metal, just compare. Then another one reaction I would like to discuss, that is reduction of haloarenes. Haloarenes are reduced to parent hydrocarbons with the help of reducing agents like lithium aluminum hydride, nickel aluminum alloy, sodium hydroxide or sodium mercury amalgam along with water. So, in this case what is happening? They give the nascent hydrogen which gets joined to give back the parent hydrocarbon and along with the liberation of the water molecule. Okay. So, we had covered so many reactions. Now, the most interesting reaction of the haloarenes comes to the picture. What is that? You may see the heading, the reaction with sodamide in liquid ammonia. You will take some time to understand this new type of reaction, and I think we will discuss it thoroughly and you will be able to understand the new type of mechanism involved here. In this case, reaction of the sodamide in liquid ammonia, what comes to your mind? Liquid ammonia is possible when the temperature is very low, that low as -30 degree centigrade or -33 degree centigrade. At that temperature only liquid ammonia exists, otherwise ammonia is in the gaseous state. Okay. So, you first look at the definition, what is written here. In some cases of nucleophilic substitution reaction, you see this word, in some cases of nucleophilic substitution reaction. So, we are going to discuss about a nucleophilic substitution reaction obviously. The entering group occupies two positions, the position left by the leaving group as well as the position adjacent to the carbon atom to which the leaving group is attached. This is also called the sign substitution. And in this case, this mechanism involves two steps: formation of a benzene intermediate, addition to benzene to form products in which the position of the nucleophile may be different. So, I think some of you are able to understand something and some of you could not understand anything. So, I will again repeat the thing. I have chosen a example for you. You please look at this example. Methyl chlorobenzene reacts with sodium amide in liquid ammonia medium. So, what is the reagent taken here? The NaNH2. So, whenever the student he looks at this structure NaNH2, then what he thinks? NH2 minus, it is a nucleophile. Obviously, it is NH2 minus means it is a nucleophile. So, it will replace the chlorine atom of methyl chlorobenzene and will take its place. So, what will be the product? You may see the first product marked as A. What is that? NH2 group adjacent to CH3 will be formed. But in this equation I had written that two products are formed. One product is formed by replacing the chlorine atom and another is formed by replacing the hydrogen atom from the adjacent carbon atom. Why it is so? Actually, in this case we are getting two types of products. One is direct substitution product and another one is sign substitution product. Okay? So, to understand this mechanism, I have to see you all these things. This type of, in this reaction, what we want to explain you that the NH2 group, it has K, it comes from KNH2. So, K plus and NH2 minus, it itself joins here and gives you the benzyne intermediate. Students, we had discussed about the electrophiles where the intermediates were the rhenium complex like things. We had also the intermediate carries the positive charge or carbocations. In some cases the carbanions were the intermediates, but in this case we are going to discuss about the intermediate which carries a triple bond. So, such type of intermediate is called the benzyne intermediate. So, in the coming session we will discuss about this benzyne intermediate in detail and the products. So, students, I had introduced you to a new type of intermediate, that is the benzyne intermediate, in which you had seen that between two adjacent carbon atoms a triple bond is formed. So, like alkyne we have told it benzyne. Actually, in this case what is happening? You may see the ray diagram here. The NH2 minus which is developed from, which we get from KNH2, it attacks as a base to the proton. So, the bond, the electron pairs which are present between carbon and hydrogen, they come to the bond between two adjacent carbons, thereby making it electron sufficient, and the electron leaving group, the Br, it leaves the system with Br minus. So, in this process elimination of Br minus takes place. So, the other name of this benzyne mechanism is also known as elimination addition reaction. In the first step, what is happening? The Br minus has left the system and thereby giving rise to the formation of a benzyne complex. But students, I may tell you that here you may see in the diagram between the two carbon atoms a pi bond like bond is formed. Actually, that bond is called a bond like pi bond, not the exactly the pi bond, but a weak bond. It is a very weak bond. Why it is so? Because the two overlapping orbitals, they are from the sigma bonds. The CH were joined by sigma, the CBr were joined by sigma. So, the overlapping extent was very less, that is why a very weak, we call it the pi like bond is formed between C and C. So, originally there was a double bond and now a pi like bond is formed. So, there are 3 bonds in this benzyne intermediate. Now, to this structure you see carefully. This structure is symmetrical in nature and the 2 carbon atoms which are present at the 2 sides of this carbon, these 2 carbon atoms which are present at the 2 sides of this triple bond, they are equally same in nature, they have no differentiation. So, whenever the further reaction is going to take place, that is, in this case actually what is happening, the ammonia molecule present in the solvent, it comes forward for further reaction and this ammonia molecule it finds itself comfortable to either join to one carbon atom or the other carbon atom which are present at the 2 sides of this 3 bonded structure. So, what is happening? Suppose it follows the path A as shown in the diagram, then you may see that the NH3 it gets joined at the carbon atom which is red dotted and thereafter the triple bond, the weakest pi bond breaks and the electron pairs get shifted to the other carbon atom. So, thereby creating a minus charge. Simultaneously what happens? The hydrogen ion goes there, neutralizes the charge and the aromaticity is regained and the product is formed. And if the path 2 is the process, then similar is also the case and similar opportunity. So, but in this case the NH2 group is joined to the other carbon atom. So, both the products have equal probability for their formation. In the higher classes, you will study about this mechanism and also in some other chapters, we will also study about this mechanism in more detail. Now, there are few questions for you on these reactions. The first question is, what is the order of reactivity of these compounds with respect to aqueous sodium hydroxide? So, I am giving you the hints. In the first case, it is just a chlorobenzene molecule. In the second case, the nitro group is joined at the para position, and in the third case, there are 3 nitro groups present at ortho, meta and para positions. And as we had seen, it is the reagent aqueous NaOH. So, we will tell that it is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. So, OH minus is the nucleophile here, and as nucleophile attack is favored in presence of electron withdrawing group, and here there are 3 electron withdrawing groups. Therefore, 3 is more favorable in comparison to 2 and 2 is more favorable in comparison to 1. So, I think the answer D is correct here. Okay. Then second question, what is A and B, where A and B are the name of the reactions? So, it is just identify the reaction. The first A is nothing but our favorite fitting reaction, and the second one is Ullmann's reaction. Then question number 3, what is the product when chlorobenzene reacts with propyl chloride in presence of aluminum trichloride? So, you see to the blackboard. This reaction aluminum trichloride is present here. So, you will at the first glance you should understand that we are talking about a electrophilic substitution reaction. So, the Cl minus goes along with it and the propylium ion is generated here. But what happens in the next step, that is very important. You may see here. In this case, what is happening? The propylium ion is produced here, but in this case the plus charge is present on a primary carbon atom. In some cases, to stabilize this cation, there happens the hydride shift happens. So, this hydrogen along with the paired electron pair shifts here. So, instead of CH2 we get CH3 and here a plus charge is generated, and this one is called the isopropylium ion. And because the tertiary carbocation is more stable than secondary carbocation and secondary carbocation is more stable than the primary carbocation. Okay. So, the products are this isopropylium ion, it is joined at ortho position and also it is joined on the para position, whereas the para position is the major product. Then now you go to the question number 4. If chlorobenzene reacts with chloride in presence of sodium, it is just example of the Wurtz-Fitting reaction. Then name the intermediate of this reaction. As you may see, this is nothing but the benzene reaction. Then last question, which is more reactive towards electrophilic substitution? In this case, in one case methyl group is there, one is NO2 group is there. So, for electrophilic substitution, obviously the first one is the answer. Okay. So, the methyl chlorobenzene is the ring activating group. So, you may check your answers. The first answer was the option D, second was the Fitting reaction, and the third was the Ullmann biaryl synthesis, and the last one is the methyl chlorobenzene. The fourth one was the benzene intermediate or sine substitution reaction. Okay. Then now I think we had come to an end to the chemical reactions of haloarenes. In this context, we have discussed so many things. Just revise our memory what you have discussed in all these classes. Here I have summarized the reactions we have discussed. Actually, basically they undergo two types of reactions, the nucleophilic substitution reactions and electrophilic substitution reactions. For nucleophilic substitution reactions, no catalyst is used, and whereas for electrophilic reactions catalysts are used, and aryl halides are not so much susceptible for nucleophilic substitution reactions, whereas for electrophilic reaction the benzene ring is far better, and also you may see that in this case the intermediate is carbanion, and in the case of electrophilic substitution a sigma complex is formed as the intermediate. And in case of nucleophilic substitution reaction, these reactions do not proceed promptly as in alkyl halides, whereas in electrophilic substitution the reaction proceeds at a rate slower than benzene due to the effect of the halogen atom. So, and as we have discussed, when the number of nitro groups are more, then the reaction proceeds in the faster rate in case of the substitution reaction. So, all these were our discussions, what we have discussed in all these classes. I think you have understood the concepts. You please practice more and more to get thorough on this, and all these reactions will again apply in some other fields of the organic compounds, and hope you are benefited by these lectures. Thanks a lot.